Okay, here we are again. Question 4. When you think about your role in the helping profession, what do you think will be your biggest challenge in working with those who are culturally different from you? Do you feel less comfortable with or less knowledgeable about particular groups? Um, yes, like I said, growing up, you know, there's a pretty good size population of African American and Hispanic people in this area, but anybody from it could be considered Asian, or anybody from the geographical area consisting of the Middle East. I know very little about those cultures, and I feel like that there are some very important differences there that I need to learn about because even we are starting to see more of these people moving in and starting businesses and getting active in the community, yet they still have that culture that I need to be aware of. So, yes, that would be good. Do you feel you may be more tolerant of any particular group? No, I don't think so. I may find out differently at the end of this class, but I don't know that I'm more tolerant. I just try to see people for who they are, the actions that they take, and how they behave. I don't really put much, I shouldn't say importance, but I don't make decisions based on their sexual preference, their religion, their skin color. Um, that's ignorance, in my opinion. How important do you think your race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religion, ability, socioeconomic status, etc., will be to your clients? I hope it doesn't mean a thing to them. Honestly, I would hate to think that I'm seen that way. I would like to be seen as someone that is trying to help them or help them help themselves. Um, and I don't even see why any of that other would come into it. Now, that is another thing that I will probably find out that I am thinking incorrectly about. And maybe not thinking the way I should if I was on the other side of the desk. So I will keep an open mind about that going forward. Because even when I said that, it didn't sound quite right. Okay. How important do you, oh, we just did that, to your clients? Yeah. Okay. So, how comfortable are you with talking with people of a different sexual orientation from your own about issues concerning sex and sexuality? I would probably be very uncomfortable talking about that. Not uncomfortable at all about talking about anything else. And the same would go for religion or anything like that. Again, to each his own. And if that particular lifestyle makes you happy, then be happy, and I will respect that. My only thing is, don't try to shove it down my throat, and I promise not to shove anything that I do or believe in down your throat. Okay, and I think that's what respect is about. Is acknowledging it and being respectful of it. But yeah, I think I would be a little uncomfortable with that, and I don't know. I guess I'm maybe old school or old fashioned or something, but yeah. Yeah, if you were straight, that would mean talking about issues that affect LGBTQIA community with members of that community. Again, I would have to really get educated on exactly what the issues were. And I know that there's got to be some issues, without question. But I'm looking at it and probably thinking about it from a very broad perspective. And so I would have to educate myself about that before I felt like I could speak, intelligently at all with them about any issues involved with their population. How might it be different for you to talk openly about sexuality and relationships with a person or couple who are straight versus gay or lesbian? Yeah, that would probably make me uncomfortable. It would. But I'm not real comfortable talking about that to anybody, even about my own personal business, So, I don't know. I'm guessing I'll probably have to get over that before this class is over. What you think? Any others are cultural differences? And it gives some examples here. Yeah, I mean, I get uncomfortable when I don't feel like I know all the facts and I'm talking about something like now. But but I think I could have that dialogue, um, because I don't think anybody should be discriminated against. And so, you know, on that point, yeah, I get it. I get it. Um, but and I have friends on social media that are atheist or homosexual, and that's fine. That doesn't bother me. But you know, like the atheist thing, it's like they're trying to convince me and everybody else, and I won't have that conversation with them because I'm respecting if they want to be that way. But don't recruit, please. Okay, so I'll take up the next questions in the next video.